I'll say that I will withdraw from that Colorado GOP primary ballot until Trump's name is restored. This belongs to the people, not to the unelected Democratic cabal of judges in Colorado or any other state.
If Trump is kept out of office through judicial fiat rather than being defeated in a fair election, his supporters will never accept the result. This country will become ungovernable. Vivek recently said something that has triggered a lot of people. They are beginning to understand exactly what is going on.
They have just tried to bar President Trump from the Colorado ballot using an unconstitutional maneuver that is a bastardization of the 14th Amendment to our U.S. Constitution. This was a provision, Section 3, that was designed to bar Confederate members, people who switched to the Confederacy, from actually being able to serve. That's very different than what's at issue here, to say the least. This is a hollowed out husk of what the country was built on. The basic principle that we, the people, select our leadership, not the unelected elite class in the back of palace halls. That's old world Europe, not the United States. That's why I'm making a pledge today that I will withdraw. I pledge to withdraw from the Colorado GOP primary ballot unless and until Trump's name is restored. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie and Nikki Haley do the same thing, or else these Republicans are simply complicit in this unconstitutional attack on the way we conduct our constitutional republic. I refuse to be complicit in that. I think what they're doing is wrong, and I think it's up to Republicans to step up and stand up with a spine for our country's future. That's really what's at stake, whether we, the people, actually have a say in deciding who leads this country. Yes, it would be easier for other Republicans like me who are running in this race to say, hey, if Trump is sidelined, there's our opportunity. No doubt other candidates are probably privately celebrating with their corporate sponsors. That's not the right thing to do. I think the most useful thing that every GOP candidate can do right now is to join me in that pledge. I'll say that I will withdraw from that Colorado GOP primary ballot until Trump's name is restored. This belongs to the people, not to the unelected Democratic cabal of judges in Colorado or any other state. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley and Chris Christie do the same thing, or else they're complicit in what this security state is trying to do to shut down Trump. I stand by that, and I expect them to do the right thing.
Yes, immediately Vivek sent this video out. This is what happened. I pledge to withdraw from the Colorado Gov primary ballot until Trump is also allowed to be on the ballot, and I demand that Ron DeSantis, Chris, and Nikki Haley do the same immediately, or else they are endorsing this illegal maneuver, which will have disastrous effect. Colorado Republicans sent this out on Twitter. You won't have to, because we will withdraw from the primary as party and convert to a pure circle system if this is allowed to stand. So you see the way things are changing here. If they take up this decision to remove themselves, then whatever decision they put out, it will just be insane. It is high time people realize the politics is playing here.
Look, on all these things, what you're seeing the left do is they will use the power of the state to advance their agenda. And you see that with the Colorado Supreme Court. I mean, look, if somebody's convicted or something of some of these things, there was no trial on any of this. They basically just said, what, you can't be on the ballot? I mean, how does that work? What's the limiting principle for that? Why could we just say that Biden can't be on the ballot because he let in 8 million illegals into the country and violated the Constitution, which he has? Could we just say, oh, well, they have money coming to Hunter, whatever? So I think the U.S. Supreme Court is going to reverse that. But here's the larger thing of what the left and the media and the Democrats are doing. They're doing all this stuff to basically solidify support in the primary for him, get him into the general, and the whole general election is going to be all this legal stuff. And look, it's unfair. They're abusing power 100%. But the question is that going to work? And I think they have a playbook that unfortunately will work, and it'll give Biden or the Democrat or whoever the ability to skate through this thing.
Yes, few days ago I received about 2 mails. I don't know if it's the same person sending this to me, saying I should stop talking about American politics or they will delete my channel. It is insane. I'm putting out these videos here, just reporting the news, giving little commentary on those videos. That is all I do. I don't see any bad thing I'm doing here. I don't go against people, like attack them. So I don't understand why people are offended by what I'm doing here. If I'm doing a wrong thing, please tell me on the comment sections. Now going into this video.
Democrat Party leaders are in a state of paranoia over the growing dominant lead President Trump has amassed in the polls. They have lost faith in the failed Biden presidency and are now doing everything they can to stop the American voters from throwing them out of office next November. We have full confidence that the U.S. Supreme Court will quickly rule in our favor and finally put an end to these un-American lawsuits. Remember, Biden won Colorado by nearly 14 points. This was never about Colorado's ballot access. This was about having a targeted lawsuit aimed at setting a precedent to knock Trump off dozens of state ballots.
Vivek is going viral after releasing this video, calling all our Republican candidates to do the same. A lot of people appreciate him for this move. Ron DeSantis just said the decision to remove Trump from the ballot is all part of an elaborate plan to ensure he becomes the nominee. He then says you need to vote for him because the deep state won't target him like they are with Trump. I have never heard something so. Ron DeSantis is saying they did this to put Trump on the ballot. Instead, people should vote for him. You can actually see how the politics is playing out. It is crazy at this point. The response is very weak. When you look at Vivek's response to this, it was very clear and direct. Ron DeSantis, he played around with words, then end up asking people to vote for him. Now saying the decision to put Trump out of the ballot is just a mean Democrats are using to put him on the ballot. I don't get the point, the kind of politics he's trying to play here. I understand, like, politicians are always like this. Reason I don't trust politicians. When I see someone that is politicizing a serious thing like this, then I really need to rethink about that person. Ron DeSantis is a good governor. That is a fact. We can't argue that. But to me, I don't really see him, being the president at this point. If his decision to put out this video was to actually deviate from the fact that Trump has been removed from the ballot to use it as a campaign strategy, it is insane. Some people say Vivek doing this is another campaign strategy. It is still crazy to say this. I prefer you to sound like this. That is understandable. Than coming to tell me, removing someone from a ballot is a strategy to put him back on the ballot. I don't get the sense behind what he said here.
For the Republicans,
I
right?
want Ron DeSantis to be president.
I know, but it's going to be Trump.
We don't know.
Well, 41. So he's going to make up 41 points?
41 points. I mean, I look at these polls. Like, the polls are from 700 people via